Alright, and this is what we call the unboxing phase. We just checked the top, the side, and the bottom. The bottom has some scuff marks, which you can see in the picture that I'll add. And yeah, I'm a little bit out of breath because I'm still a little bit under the weather. But yeah, we got everything here on these chairs real quick. Makes it a little bit easier to pick Lara out of the box. Alright, so we got one flap open. As you could see in the sped up animation, a little bit of marks on there regarding her breasts, apparently. Or maybe, yeah, I think so. No, let's see. Yep. Alright, as long as they're still nice and round, we're good. Nice and perky. Okay, so last time, which is something I still need to clarify because my vendor is taking good care of me, sexymalina.com. She is in the process right now of sending a new Tifa body because we had a tiny little bit of an accident there. I'll eventually try to explain that as well in a future video. But I've always urged doll makers to do something regarding the neck. What I'm talking about right now, as you can see right here, there's a bolt right there. You see it? There's a big fat bolt. Because what couriers do, they tend to pick up the package, slide it on the floor, move it against the wall or whatever, and that doesn't help the feet area or the neck area. We're gonna move this foam a little bit away. It's actually cold. The chest seems to wobble nice. Again, a big thick layer of foam, which is good. I'm gonna put that over on the couch area. And as you can see, what they've done is put a wooden plank there. I gotta be careful with all the wood chips coming off. But as we can see right now, it seems that the neck will be in good shape. This is actually clever that they put a, it's not super thick, maybe like 1/2 centimeter or something, of wood in there with the bolt coming through. So we'll have to check it out when we completely unpack her. And then we have the head right here, so we're going to take off this foam as well. This is also a very nice piece of foam. I'm going to put that over on the couch as well. And we have our stuff in here, which I also think is a nice presentation how they did this time around. We got our gloves again, which we need to take out. There's some lingerie stuff in there, which I think is just a simple bikini or just some underwear. We've got our shower thing for private parts, and there's a bolt in here as well, which is probably the bolt for if you want to hang up the head or something like that, which I think is always nice that they put that in there because a lot of companies don't do that. And we have a comb as well, and I think that's about it. All right, let's see if I can do that with one hand without trying to actually turn into damaging stuff myself. We're just gonna pick up gently and just gonna put it over here. There we go. We're gonna gently open this up, and I already know because of the factory pictures that I'm gonna have a small complaint, but it's not gonna be a complaint where it's like so detrimental that I truly oh, this is actually pretty cool. So we have a saki, and then we have this mask that shifted a little bit. So this should be like this. That's something that I've never seen before. Still getting some stuff off, which comes from their department, I think, the floor. I actually thought her mouth, her lipstick, was going to be a lot worse. But this is a hard head because she has implanted hair. So yeah, like I said, everything is really cold to the touch because of the transportation. It's very cold outside right now, and it's very difficult for me to pop her eye back. It's only getting worse now, so it seems. This is a very weird thing to do. There we go. That's a little bit better. To just get a little bit more grip. And then also her eyelashes seem to be implanted, and this also seems to be implanted, her eyebrows. So all things considered, Yeah, she looks really, really cool, to be quite fair. There we go. Pop the other eye a little bit more into the socket. This is all delicate stuff. You have to be very careful with how you do stuff like this. But look, I mean, her face is really cool. I really thought this was going to be way worse. On the picture, it looked very reddish. And in certain pictures where she is wearing her outfit on the Game Lady Doll website or sexymelina.com website, she actually has a more light pinkish lipstick, which I actually preferred. But to be quite fair, this is not bad at all. It looks really detailed, really nice. And yeah, glad that they have put this on there. And this mask, I don't know if I'm a big fan of this mask, but if it's in this pouch, I think it's alright, even though it moved around a little bit, but still, it's a lot better like this than, you know, anything else. There are also other companies like Iron Tech Doll that actually use a specific plastic around the head where it goes into like a little box, which is nice too. Alright, so the next part is going to be difficult because she's naked, of course, so there's not a lot that we can film now. This time we have a very thin cloth in the box, which I think is alright. Normally I like the fluffy ones, those are good too. But yeah, she has a nice, I thought it was an E-cup breast, breasts, plural. And yeah, her feet seem to be nicely packed. There's this hole for the head. Everything seems to be nice and protected. Don't remember if the unboxing from Tifa, the one that I did not upload because of the snafu that was going on with it, had the same protection. But this is, ladies and gentlemen, this is why you have a vendor. The vendor will always fight for you regarding anything. If it's warranty, if it's damage, if it's your wishes, even though you had factory pictures and even a video, you know, something might have happened during shipping, or maybe because a picture didn't show enough color or something, which I have with the head, of course, which I thought it was going to be a lot worse actually, but this time it was super cool. Now, I always complained to almost every single company, and I've had contact with a lot of companies, that they need to put a layer of foam above the head, or the neck at least. Put a layer of foam here. I understand that these boxes are probably certain sizes and that they're not able to do that. So to be quite fair, very, very big shout out to sexymelina.com and of course Game Lady Doll for putting their heads together, hearing my complaints, taking it seriously, and then putting a wooden plank here with a bolt through the box. Of course, it could have gone wrong as well. We still need to get her out of the box and see if everything is okay. But I have a lot more good trust and hope that everything is going to be fine. Okay, so this is really nice. Of course, the bolt that is in there. I have to use this because I did not know which size I had to pick up from the garage. So let's see if that's going to work. Alright, we just had a couple of turns that we needed until we could do this. Completely take it out by hand. You can see that it's a little bit crooked. Crap, I need to have lights. There we go, look, it's a little bit crooked, as you can see. But that shouldn't screw anything up, I hope. There we go, and at least we can see what we're doing. So yeah, it's a little bit crooked. It's a very thick bolt, so thank you for that as well. We could probably use it for something. I don't know for what, but I'll put it on the table real quick. Alright, so now that we've done that, we can go and gently take away the wood, which I have to be very careful because I don't want anything happening to the silicone. There we go. Okay, so the only thing that I don't like is they just grab wood, they drill a hole, they don't check the hole, and then just put it in here. The problem with that is if wood chips get out of this hole because it's already a little bit cracked, you might damage the silicone still. So that's the only thing that I have to complain about. Because if I would do that, I would not do it like that. But that's just me. I always try to be super careful. So it's difficult to see, but there's already some stuff there. It also might be from the bolt itself or the neck joint. But we'll have to wait and see when we get her out. So we'll have to wait and see. I got my gloves on. This is going to be a X-rated edit because YouTube doesn't allow nudity as far as I know. So let's see if we can pick her up gently. Get her arms out of the way a little bit. She's still very cold. Okay, so another little thing. Again, as you can see, this is all cardboard and wood chips. So I might actually pick up the vacuum cleaner real quick. Let's see if I can get that away. Everything else seems to be clean. So it's only because of the hole that has been drilled right there. And yeah, it's just double cardboard and then that little wooden plank. Everything else seems to be good. Sometimes you see dolls coming in who are a little bit dirty because they have had them on the work floor. They still sometimes get stuff underneath their feet or stuck onto their body because they haven't been conditioned yet. But yeah, I need to get the vacuum cleaner. I want everything to be clean, especially if she has to go back in to the box again. Alright, so I can't go too low because of her chest hanging out, but this is what I'm talking about. She's been picked up out of the box and you can still see the wood chips and everything on the silicone. There are a couple of holes there, probably breather holes or from the mold. That's not a big of a problem, but yeah, that's something that you have to be aware of. So I'm going to try and vacuum this carefully off with a very low setting, and then after that I'll see if I can clean it up a little bit. Alright, so we checked the neck bolt and the area around it. We checked her chest. We have yet to check her arms. I have my gloves off right now for filming. We have to check her arms and then go downwards, but she's still naked there. So this is also another big plus if you ask me. If you ever send dolls with dresses and whatever, most of the Chinese companies or most of the doll manufacturer companies always send this very weird dress. It's like a full body thing and it looks like shoelaces all intertwined to each other. I'd rather just have this. So another big thumbs up for both of my my companies, again, Sexy Melina and Game Lady Doll, for putting in a bikini instead of the weird dresses. Alright, so we put her sideways on a chair and left her ass a little bit hanging out because she has, there's more lint. Look at all the lint thingies that I collected. So many already. Here's another one here. Let's put it over there. Alright, so yeah, again, I can't film her from the front as she's still naked underneath. The color discoloration looks a little bit weird. On my little screen you can see that this area from her head is a different color than the silicone, but yeah, when I tell you in real life it looks the same. Only the problem is, or the problem is not a problem, but this is a hard head, so that will always have a different type of sheen looking to it. There's gonna be some lines, of course, that people will notice. There's a line from the molding process. There's a small little hole from the molding as well. That's to be expected. I mean, you can't, there aren't any dolls that are so perfect that don't have specific marks on their body. Again, here you have a little bit of a excess of silicone, but it makes it look more realistic. You know, the knees look really good. Also a little bit of you know, realism added to it. So that's really cool. Again, I have to be careful how I hold the camera because it can't go too far to the right. But yeah, everything seems to be in order. I still need to check out the back and the back area, and then eventually I have to check the feet and of course the arms. But so far so good. So yeah, pretty excited. Alright, so we're continuing. I just took off the sleeves, which are just simple things. I know I should wear my gloves again, but I did clean my hands I'm just gonna gently move her fingers into a position where everything should be a lot better for her. So a couple of fingers were a little bit bent down, but because of there are increments in the fingers, which I think is really nice with the knuckles and everything, you know, that should be all fine. This is still the best thing regarding a doll, action figure, whatever you want to call it, to have, because this way she can at least like grip items like pistols and stuff like that if you put her in cosplay costume and stuff like that. I put a little panty on her. I know this is not the correct way to do that. I just wanted to do that real quick. You can see there's like some blemishes here and there, but it's not egregious or super bad. This is difficult to see, but you can see the veins going through here, which is really nice. You know, just the way that her body is. It's just really weird. If you have her here, I've seen the pictures from the factory, and there's like this weird. I don't know how to explain this. It looks weird when they take pictures. It seems like the pictures regarding factory and videos don't do it enough justice in the specific lighting. I mean, even here in the lighting, you can see the rib cage area. You can see that she's a little bit buff. You have her line here. It's even difficult for me to see here in real life, yet on the camera, I can clearly see the line going down here and then the line going up there. It's just really nice detail. And yeah, I really thought it was going to be same thing regarding Tifa, but I think this doll is just way better than Tifa. So that might be just my experience with how I just, you know, had a little bit of bad luck with her, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, we're going to get that resolved anyway, but it just, the whole design, it's just really nice. And yeah, what we need to do now is check her feet. All right, so I took off the tape. There it is. It was around here. The nice thing is these all have little lines. So if you grab the scissor and go through a line and then gently cut the tape off, you can then gently get the tape off and then gently move this away as well, which is her do-it-yourself socks. I think there's still a little bit of residue, yeah, from the mold. Nice pink toenails. Again, the feet don't do anything, or at least the toes don't do anything, but her foot is, of course, multi-adjustable. Again, you will always see a little bit of this stuff regarding, you know, the mold. Like I said, a doll will never be perfect where it has nothing regarding dents or whatever. You know, that's just how it is. You always have these seam lines, which they need to, you know, try to make that smooth, which is difficult. I think they injected something here that they had to do extra. Again, myself, I'm not like a big foot person, so I don't really care. I do, however, like that her feet are closed, just like Tifa's. And it's very difficult to see where she has the sock line. That's how I call it, the sock line. Supposedly, you should be able to tell where they closed off her foot with this extra layer of silicone and something, I think something protection kind of thing in here as well. But to be quite fair, I can't see the line. So they're turning into experts regarding feet. So for everybody who loves feet, y'all should definitely go to whatever I already told you guys multiple times. So let's see if I can do this with one hand. Gently go into a ridge and then just try to, oh, don't go through it. This is, thank God there are like 2 layers. You can also then, of course, just wiggle it open, but you see, and now I'm just fucking up the tape. I don't like that. I'd rather wanted to take off the tape and then, you know, have this completely free. But I guess I'm fucking it up right now. Doesn't really matter that much. It's just this stuff. I'm not going to use this anymore. Lara's going to stay with me. We need to get some cosplay clothes for her. And then, see, this is really bad. I explained to you guys how easy it is to get the tape off and then just cut into the ridge and then gently take this off. And now I'm just completely making a mess out of it. I'm sorry. It doesn't help that I'm still under the weather, like I said. There we go. Gently just pop it off. Get this tape stuff out of there. Okay, so again, good foot. I don't see any damage here real quick. I don't see any damage here real quick. So, yeah, I have to say, as far as I haven't checked her back yet, but regarding how she looks, how everything just looks, let me get the scissors out of the way because that's asking for problems. But how everything looks up till now is just amazing. Again, let's see. Yeah, there's still a little bit of mold here as well. A mold dent. Not mold-like stuff from outside. It's very difficult to see there. I'm showing it to you right now. So that's something that you'll probably always see. Her feet look pretty immaculate, to be quite fair. Yeah, so that's good. Again, indentations, other things like that. It will always be a factor, and people have yet to figure out, I think, the perfect tactic or way to mold a doll into something that's completely perfect, where you will never see seams, dents, holes, mold holes, or whatever. I can also say that her labia, which I checked, also look very different. If I'm trying to, how do you say this? Compare. There we go. Compare. If I compare her labia to Tifa's, it's a world of difference as well. It almost looks or feels like this is an upgraded doll or something. Cool thing is, I also have a very soft ass now. Alright, so these weren't the best shoes and socks that I had. Water shoes and some bamboo socks, but it'll have to do. I do always have a difficulty posing these dolls, because Tifa had this as well, posing her straight up. It always looks that leg is longer than this one. It isn't the case, but it has to do with how I put the legs together and how the body is a little bit going, so I have to figure out if I can get that straightened out. I do also saw something which I hope is going to be noticeable on camera. I don't think it's going to work. There are some lines here. You can see, yeah, you can see them on the camera. I think that's specific makeup stuff, or maybe spray paint or something. I have to see if I can get that mellowed out a little bit. Maybe I have to ask Game Lady Doll themselves, or my vendor, of course. But there's it's difficult to see. You can see a lot of lines. I hope it's going to show up on the camera. The camera tries to always color correct everything. It's not so apparent on this side. This side is actually really smooth. This, what you see right now regarding lines, yeah, there are a couple, but it's not as much. The lines that you see now are the hairs actually going over her cheek. But this side looks a lot better, so maybe that might have been a makeup thingy gone wrong. I don't know, we'll have to figure it out. But yeah, this is how she looks completely standing up. I need to be careful that I don't fall over my own chair here. But yeah, she looks really cool. And this is how she looks from the rear. I already found another dimple, so we're gonna just check it out together real quick. Neck seems to be straight as far as I know. Maybe a little bit crooked, but not a lot. It's probably because of the positioning of the body. Still need to figure out how I can get that looking a lot better. I know about all the turning joints and everything, but I always seem to struggle with that. So there's this dimple right here. That's not so nice. I don't know if that's something that we can get away. I actually hope so. Maybe with posing, maybe it's a pinch from the skeleton inside. Maybe it will go away after a while if I leave her standing like this, trying to massage it away. It's still there, but it's not so super apparent as it was before. But it's not that big of a deal. I'm not gonna start whining about that. There's some hairs here. Again, the hand seems to be very good, in very good condition. Again, a little bit of excess silicone there. Again, veins in her fingers. Difficult to see probably, but you know what I'm talking about. There's some scuffs and some things there. Again, not 100% perfect, but perfect as perfect can be. Again, there's a lot of crud on her. Still some hairies because she sit on the couch, and some stuff from the box. We'll have to continue to do that later. Yeah, I'm just looking around her legs to see if there's anything regarding massive dimples again. There's some other stuff here. Of course, I do screw over myself that I cannot really completely check the feet and everything now, but everything else seems to just look fine. Let's look at the other arm real quick. The lighting doesn't make it any better, even though I have it on full blast. Seems to be good. No dimple here in the arm, no pinch. Everything seems to look fine. Again, soft butt. Way softer, I think. Yeah, because if I would pinch Tifa like this, I know this is going to be very annoying for people to watch. You know, not everybody likes that. She's a doll. She's an action figure. Come on. If I pinch Tifa like this, I'm going to give you an example. So I can pinch Tifa like this. You can see my fingers going not far. But here, I can completely go to town. So everybody who likes to slap asses, this is the doll for you, or at least the upgrade that you need to figure out, which is the soft butt area, or upgrade, I should say. Yeah, everything else seems to be good. Again, there's another little dimple here. There's another little dimple here. That's something to be expected, again, from the mold process. We can completely check underneath her armpit. Seems to be good. You know, some couple dimples here as well. Here's one, and here's one. Again, you know, I just wanted to be completely open and honest about this. I mean, people do pay a lot of money for this, and so have I. And, you know, you want everything to be as good as it can be. But like small little mold thingies or excess silicone is not something that I would complain about, because that's just unrealistic to complain about that. But yeah, she seems to be good. Let's put on some decent clothes for her. Yeah, I know. She looks like a lunch lady. I can't help it. These are some clothes for my wife. And we have some more stuff laying around, but we thought, well, this looks a little bit Lara Crofty. I mean, the shirt at least. The pants, not so much. But we'll have to figure out if we can get something for her that looks cool. The only thing that we haven't done, of course, is check out the head. Like I said, the head looks cool, except for a little bit of the rainy effect. Almost like she's been in the rain. We have to get this thing off to see how her implanted hair is. So what I like about her hair is that she has different layers on the implanted hair. Normally, if you look at Tifa, for example, with implanted hair, I don't have Tifa with implanted hair, but I've seen the pictures. It's going to be, of course, how Tifa looks in the video game. She is going to have the same look she looks in the video game, but what I think is cool about Lara Croft is that she has a ponytail, which I think is really cool, which they just did with a, I don't know, rubber band or something. But that's how it's supposed to be, you know. She has to have the ponytail. But where I'm getting at specifically is actually the hair that's implanted like this. So this is one of her locks, and then this is the other lock. And of course, you can stylize it however you want. But I do think it's pretty cool. And her neck hair as well. Of course, you're going to have a lot of excess hair flying around because this is all freshly implanted, yada yada. That's something you have to look for. We have a soft brush. My wife actually told me that I needed to buy that, so we bought a soft brush, which is way better for the hair, also less aggressive, and yeah, a very good way to comb your doll or your action figure's hair. Thank you all so much for watching the video till the end. I'm here with Lara Croft once more in a specific pose with her guns and some different clothing. Yeah, I just wanted to say thank you very much towards sexymelina.com, my vendor. Her name is Jessica. If you want to order a doll like this, you should go to sexymelina.com. She has all the specific dolls on her website regarding brands and everything. So yeah, to keep something in mind, you will always have a doll that has some blemishes or other things regarding the molding process that can be helped. That's something, it's very unrealistic if you think that you're going to get a doll that has no seam lines or no little dents or indentations regarding the molding process. That's to be expected, but that's fine. You know, you should always check the box and always check the doll before you post or do anything regarding that. So yeah, all I can say is I've been super happy with how everything is going, and I've always liked Lara Croft a lot. I think it's really cool that I could probably pose her in any next house where I'm gonna move to, and probably pose her in some specific gear that should be accurate regarding the video games. I mean, this is kind of how it's supposed to be, but it could be a lot better. And then Tifa is gonna come with us as well. So in a couple of weeks we will be unboxing Tifa, and then yeah, everything should be in order. And yeah, I just wanted to thank everybody again for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe. Let me know what you would like to know about this doll in general in the comment section down below. And if I can do anything at all to help you out, you can give me a shout out as well. So yeah, for me, Lara Croft, sexymelina.com, Jessica. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.